The first card you have for your past is the Six of Wands. This is a fantastic card. You know, this is the card of victory. It can be the card of admiration, people admiring you. It can be recognition. And this is what you want. You wanted at this time, you wanted all of these things. There's nothing wrong with wanting recognition. But I'm actually also seeing in this card some kind of restriction. You know, you might have been feeling as if you were capable of doing a lot more than you were, more than you're allowed to do, or something like that. And I think this was around work. You know, you're very capable, and you have some really good ideas as well. And these ideas would really make a difference around your workplace. And I think you might have been putting forward these ideas and trying to talk about them, saying, oh, hey, I've got this really good idea. Maybe we could do that. This would help this area over here. But you weren't actually... It was either that you weren't being taken seriously, or that, you know, people weren't listening to you. Someone in charge wasn't listening to you. It was something like that. You know, and you were very honest with what you wanted to put forth. You had a very honest, it wasn't like you wanted to kind of get this recognition and that was the reason behind you having these ideas and putting them forward. You genuinely wanted to do the best for this business or this company or whatever this was, because this is a white horse, and white horses represent honesty and purity. But again, look at this horse. It's restricted by its blanket. And if you look at this blanket, it's decorated. It's all for show, really. This is like a show horse. And, you know, if this horse wanted to run, sorry about that. If this horse wanted to run, it wouldn't be able to run properly, because it has this great big blanket all over, this big heavy blanket and all the decorations, and it would kind of, you know, it wouldn't be able to run properly. So, yeah, this is about you. You wanted to run. You wanted to show what you were capable of. There was a lot more to you than what people saw on the surface around this workplace, especially whoever was in charge. Whoever was in charge just wasn't seeing what you're actually capable of, and it was very frustrating. You know, it was like you were feeling a little bit undermined, actually. But I think this kind of undermining was being done subtly. It wasn't as if they were saying, I'm not going to listen to you. It was a little bit more subtly. So, excuse me again, I'm sorry about that. But if you look at this man, he's high up. He's on this horse, but he's high up. So when you're high up, you can see far out into the distance. So I think this might be a message to you that what you need to do is to try and look somewhere else for recognition. Look out. Maybe you might need to find a new job and look far out there and find something, or you might have to look at starting a business or moving to somewhere else within the same company or something like that. Because I really think somewhere where you work has a set idea about you, about what you can do and what you can't do. And you're not a show horse like the horse on this card. You're a race horse. You need to be able to do what you're capable of doing, or you'll end up feeling even more frustrated as time goes on. You'll be sitting there as time goes on. You'll have all these ideas and you'll see, oh, this isn't being run properly. And if only they do this, things will be working a lot better. And you know, you won't be able to do any of them. It's very, very frustrating. So I think you're going to have to find somewhere else eventually. It doesn't mean you have to kind of rush out and find a new job now, but be on the lookout. Get up high and look out and look at what's out there. I think that's the message behind this card. So the next card you have your past is the Knight of Wands. So yeah, look at this knight. He's completely out of control, and you weren't like that. You were in control. You were capable of things, but you weren't being recognized. Your strengths weren't being recognized. And you know, I don't think you hate where you work. I think if you're still there, because this is in the past, I think you know, you like a lot of the people that you work with. It was just this frustration, this feeling that you know, you wanted to run, you wanted to take action on things like this knight. You wanted to run off like this horse, but you weren't able to do that. And I know this is all in the past, but I think that, you know, if this is all resonating with you, I think when you do eventually move on to somewhere else, because I think you probably will, this is going to happen very quickly. I'm not seeing anything negative or anything really dramatic happening to you. I'm not seeing you losing your job or anything like that. but I think you're either going to find something else really, really quickly, or there's going to be some kind of offer that's going to come into you, and it's going to come really quickly. It's going to be like, oh, here's this offer. Can you please take this now? We desperately need someone to join our company, or whatever it is. Can you please do this now? And you're going to have to just drop everything and run off quickly like this night and join this new company or place or business or whatever this is. So, sorry, I've got a really sore throat. The last card you have your past is the Three of Wands. Yeah, so this man's looking out into the distance, and that's what I'm seeing in this card. I'm seeing distance. I think you're really feeling some kind of distance between you and another person, and I think you're really missing someone. Sorry about that. I don't think you were trying to contact them. Okay, this might sound a bit strange, but I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. I hope I'm able to articulate this properly. I think you might have had some kind of falling out with someone, but then after that, you know, you had a falling out, you separated from this person, you weren't seeing them anymore. And then I think after that, there was some kind of gossip or talk about this person, and I think maybe you just heard something about this person. Someone said something about them and it was quite negative, and maybe that made you think something like, something like, oh, that's horrible, I don't want to speak to this person ever again. Now, obviously you fell out with this person for a reason, but I think that some of the things you were hearing might have been a bit exaggerated or gossiping or something like that. I don't think there was a lot of truth in what you were hearing. So I think your perception of this person might have been a little bit skewed, maybe. If this is all resonating, I think that you did miss them, and maybe you still do miss them. And you weren't happy with them. Obviously, you had a falling out with them. But I think that after that, something you heard about them probably either isn't true, or it was an embellished story, or was made up, or there was gossip. Part of it wasn't true, or all of it wasn't true. It was something like that. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Five of Wands. Yeah, this is the reading of Wands so far. And I keep on seeing this work situation. You do have a lot to give. You do have a lot of knowledge, and you have a lot of ideas as well. But your knowledge isn't being used in the right areas. And, if you look at this card, everyone in this card's fighting. They're sort of play fighting, but nobody's standing out. Nobody's kind of winning. Nobody's rising to the top. Nobody's rising above anyone else. And there's a helicopter above me. I don't know why. I hope they're not coming to arrest me. They're all fighting. No one's rising to the top. Nobody's kind of winning in this mess. And, it's not as if you want to be better than other people. It's not that. You just want to be able to use the skills and use the knowledge that you have, and you want to be recognised for that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think, even from your employer's perspective, if you're employing someone and you're paying them, why not get the most out of them? Why not do that? They're not doing that. They're not getting the most out of you. You wouldn't be happy if, for example, you went somewhere and you ordered a cup of coffee and a sandwich, and they only brought you the coffee, but then they expected you to pay for the sandwich. But that's what they're sort of doing. They're kind of paying for the coffee and the sandwich, and they're just getting the coffee. They're not using your brains. They're not using your ideas. They're not using your imagination and everything that you have to get the most out of you. They're not getting value out of you. So this is working both ways. This isn't good for you, and it's not good for them either. But yeah, I think you are eventually going to find somewhere where you'll be able to rise to the top, and you're going to be able to stand out. Not that you want to be better than other people. It's not that. It's just that you want your knowledge and your skills to be used properly. And more wands. These are all wands. So this is going to happen quickly. An opportunity is going to come to you very quickly, and you're going to jump out into that opportunity and you're going to take it. It's going to come all of a sudden out of nowhere. That's what I'm seeing again. So the next card you have for your present is the High Priestess. So yeah, I think you might I think you might eventually come to realize a bit more about this person who you fell out with, this person in the Three of Wands. I am seeing a bit of caution around this. I think, you did have a falling out with them, and I think it was quite serious, actually. But I'm seeing this gossip again around this, these stories being spread about this person. I'm just getting this feeling that someone might have been happy that you separated from this person. They might be happy to see you separated. And I think, they might have spread all of this gossip to kind of cement that separation, if that makes sense. It's kind of like they were thinking, oh, they're separated, I'm really happy about that. Now, what can I do to make sure that they stay that way? I know I'm going to talk about this person, and they're going to find out even more about that person, and they're going to be really upset, and they're going to be even less likely to ever go back to them. That's obviously not exactly in those words. I don't know what they were thinking, but that's the kind of feeling I'm getting around this. And, I'm not saying that this person who you're separated from is amazing and you should forgive them and go back to them or whatever. Obviously, something happened between you and that's why you separated. But just be aware of someone around this who's a bit calculating. This card can be about secrets. It can be a little bit of a mysterious card as well. So someone's not quite telling you the truth. Someone's hiding something. Someone's spreading this kind of gossip. Think about who this might be. Think about who talks about other people a lot. There's someone who you shouldn't trust, who's around you, who's saying all these things. Yeah, I know people accuse me of making people feel paranoid sometimes. I don't mean to do that at all. It's just that if I see something come up, I want you to be aware of what's happening, that's all. So yeah, I'll go on to the next card. The next card you have, or the last card you have for your present, is Strength. So yeah, I think with this situation, with this person in the Three of Wands and this gossip and all these things that are going on around this, I think the only way that you're going to be able to find out any of this truth about what this person in the Three of Wands did or didn't do is to ask them directly. That's what I'm seeing. If you want to find out the truth, you have to ask them directly. Now, I'm not saying that's what you definitely should do. You might just want to leave it as it is, because there's a lot's happened between you. Obviously, you had a falling out, and obviously something went wrong or whatever. So you might feel like, I don't want to talk to them again. That's fine. You don't have to. But if you do want to find out the truth, you're going to have to talk to them. You're going to have to be a bit brave, like the lion on this card, and you're going to have to come and ask them directly. Obviously, that's up to you. Take it or leave it. That's the only way you're going to find out the truth. Obviously, you can't ask this gossipy person, and I don't think anyone else really knows either. I think the only person that knows is them, and that's the only way. If you do think to yourself, I really want to get to the bottom of this, I really want to find out what the truth is, that's the only way you're going to be able to do that. If you decide that you don't really care, you're just going to leave it, then that's fine as well. But that's what I'm seeing in that card. So the first card you have for your future is the Hierophant. Yeah, there's a lot of introspection. There's a lot of introspection here I'm seeing in this card. I think this person in the Three of Wands, I think they keep on coming up in this reading because I think you're thinking about them. They're on your mind a lot. And there's a feeling of, it's really mixed up actually. There's a feeling of missing them, and there's also quite a bit of anxiety around them, and I think that's why I was kind of getting the idea that you might not want to talk to them, because there's a little bit of this kind of anxiety. When you think about them, you get this kind of I miss them, and then you get this, oh, I feel a bit anxious around them. It's that kind of thing. It's this kind of mixed up thing. So yeah, I think you are thinking about them. You might be thinking about talking to them again. You might be going backwards and forwards in your mind about this. And I think this Hierophant is telling me that you need to just take your time around this. You know, the Hierophant, he's commanding, he's in charge, he knows his own mind, but he's also very serene. And what he does is he listens to his inner voice, and that's where your instincts come from, inside yourself. They're your inner voice. So just take some time out, be serene, sit there by yourself, think about what your inner voice is trying to tell you. If you sit there for a while and you come to the conclusion that you're kind of just too anxious and you just don't want to go there, that's absolutely fine. If you come to the idea that you do want to talk to them, that's fine as well. It's completely up to you. But what I'm seeing in this is that you need to take your time. Take your time. I'm not sure if this is a love situation or a friend. It's obviously someone who you used to be really close to, someone who was very, very important to you because they're on your mind all the time still, even now. But yeah, again, just take your time. Just take your time on this. Don't rush this decision. So the next card you have for your future is the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, I think you are struggling with this decision backwards and forwards. You're thinking, oh, I really should talk to them because they're on my mind. They're on my mind all the time. And obviously that means I miss them. That means I want to talk to them. But then, do I want to talk to them? I feel really anxious about this. I feel like, we've had this falling out. I don't know how they're going to react to me. I don't even know if I can forgive them properly. So many things are going around and around and around in your head. Now, I think there's someone around you who you can talk to about this, who you can offload about this, because I think this is going around and around in your mind, and I think it would help you if you did offload on someone. There's someone who you can trust around this. I know you have a lot of trust issues around a lot of people, but I am seeing someone who you can trust, who you can go to. They're not going to spread this around. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to tell you what to do. So if this is resonating, if you can think of who this is, please talk to them. Please offload to this person. I know that also you don't like to ask for help, but I think you can trust this person. I think you can ask them for help, and I don't think they'll hold it against you. They won't do anything. So if this is resonating and you know who this is, please talk to this person. Use that time to kind of listen to what they have to say, offload all of that, and then get that serene time with this Hierophant. Go sit by yourself and then really think about this and then make your decision. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your future is the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, same thing again. Part of you wants to talk to them. Part of you is really, really missing this person, but the other part of you wants to do the opposite, wants to just sit there and do nothing. If you look at this Knight, he's standing completely still, obviously. He's not moving. He doesn't want to do anything. He's not taking action. But inside of his heart, he's very passionate. He's wearing red. There's red all over him. I'll just lift this up so you can see everything properly. So he has red all over this horse. In its kind of gear it's in, and red all over the reins, and he's wearing red as well. It's very deep red, so it's a very deep, very passionate red. So he has passion. He wants to go ahead. He wants to talk to this person. He probably still loves this person. Maybe you still love this person. Don't be angry. That's what I'm seeing. Passion, red, love. You want to go, you want to talk to them, but you're not, because you are thinking that I'm still upset with them. I'm still angry with them. I still don't know how they're going to take me if I do talk to them. I don't know if they're even going to want to talk to me. I don't know if I even want to talk to them. It's so mixed up. It's so mixed up. It's so muddled up. So again, take your time. Don't rush forward. The Knight of Pentacles does not rush forward. That's one thing he doesn't do. So don't rush forward. Take a step back. Listen to your inner voice. With the Hierophant, look at the Hierophant. His ears are covered. He listens to his inner voice. He doesn't listen to anyone outside of him. He listens to his inner voice. So sit there, get some time to yourself, listen to your inner voice, take as much time as you need. They're still going to be there. They're not going to run away. The person's still going to be there. And then decide what you want to do after that. That's what I'm seeing.